Hey, so I'm out in the garden today as it's Thursday the 25th of July and I am supposed to be at work, but I had a big colour cancellation today, so I'm not starting till 4, and I thought I would just take the opportunity to show you about my garden since things are changing a little bit. I think it's maybe been about 2 or 3 weeks since the last show around, so some of it is looking not the best and others are starting to look all right, so I'll just show you. So over here I have the Madam Butterfly snapdragons, and that is the ivory one, and then I also have the rose variety starting to open up, and also some raspberry plants at the front. I don't know if they'll do much this year because I just bought them, and also just at the back and tucked in with the snapdragons got some gladiolas, but some of the leaves are starting to look a little bit chewed, so the jury is out on them. These lovely sunburst sunflowers, this is just one plant here and it got nibbled by I think a slug, and look, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flower heads. That's just beautiful, and I love this sort of yellowy colour. It's not too bright and not too dull. And right next to that is this really pretty dahlia, or dahlia, however you say it, next to another sunflower, and it's a sunburst one as well. That dahlia though is just so pretty. So funny because I don't even know if I bought that variety, but I was at the garden centre and saw one that colour and nearly bought it a few weeks ago. So luckily for me and my wallet, I didn't. And in at the front here, where the grass needs cut and edged, is some bunnytail grasses, and there's some asters in here too. Actually, some of them are starting to bud up, and then there's some calendula, nice little orange ones at the back. And look at this lupin. That's one that I grew from seed, and I think it's looking really pretty. I hope it comes back next year, although the slugs really like lupins in my garden, so we'll see again. And we've got more dahlias here. They've all got buds and they're all getting quite tall, apart from there's a wee teeny one tucked away. Where is it? In here. A wee teeny tiny one, but I think that plant's getting taller, so that's good. And then a verbena bonariensis at the back here, and some lavatera or lavatera right here, and that is the annual variety. So there's a few in here, and it's going to be a really beautiful pink there, and down here, over there too, and gorgeous straw flowers grown from seed as well. And some more snapdragons. Again, I'm positive these are the Madam Butterfly rose. In fact, they might all be rose. We'll have to wait and see. I can't remember what I planted. And this Rebecca is just a little division off of my main one, and already it's got 3 or 4 buds I think, and it's not even been in the perfect spot this year. It was tucked away under there and I've moved it over, but it seems to be doing okay. And Physocarpus Darks Gold is looking really nice. It had a lot more of the really bright lime green leaves, but I've been cutting on it for little arrangements for in my salon. And my strong Annabelle is just gorgeous. I got this last year and it's definitely getting more and more flowers. I think they're just, oh, I love it. I really want to have more of these in the garden. But this is my most beautiful hydrangea. It's needing pruned, it's getting quite uneven up here, but I think it's actually because this bit, oh sorry, this bit at the front is sort of leaning forward now. I've tried to tie it up, but it's definitely leaning forward, so I'm going to have to, once everything dies off, have a proper look at the structure and possibly cut it back. And little nasturtiums, just there. They were supposed to be pink, but I'll take them. This is my little rustic corner. I've got ferns that just grow wild, which I love, and some Honesty, which I was supposed to be putting away safe to dry, and I didn't. I really wanted to show you my potting bench. We have made that from scraps of wood that's just been lying around, and it's just the perfect height. I don't have to stoop at all, so that should really make life a lot easier on my back. And I've just got some nice little plants. Beautiful blush pink geranium, some alpines, and a little cutting of a sedum, and teddy bear sunflower, and an echinacea. And I've just got some little seedlings doing away under there. I just had to show you it because I'm really proud. Don't look at the shed at the back because that's going to get painted. And here's the border at the back of my house. So we have the nice little rose right here, and then next to that is a cosmos that I've grown from seed this year too. And at the front of that there's a cafe au lait dahlia with some Honesty either side of these, so they haven't flowered, so possibly next year. And this is a big Rebecca that I've been taking divisions off of. Got so many flower buds, so I'm excited. And a wee sunflower tucked in at the back. What else have we got? More Honesty. And Leatris. That's looking so pretty. The little cornflowers sort of tucked in at the back, and a little weed. Where's the little weed? Right there. And lupin is definitely going over now. I've been cutting off all the seeds, the seed pods that have been growing, but I think I'm going to leave these now and let them get the seeds developed properly and then start growing them. And this is the other Rebecca division, and it's funny that it's been the first to flower. Amazing. And then these little pansies are just, most of them are just self-seeded, and a little supertunia tucked in here with Sweet William. These are all starting to look amazing. These were grown from seed last year, so I think they've been a bit slower than what they would normally be. And the red twig dogwood getting taller. Should get lots of cuttings off of that for the winter for little arrangements. And I've still not done anything with this area. What I think though is I've got agapanthus on the patio. I think I'm going to tuck that in here, divide the veronica, and then put a couple of other things in, just because there's just nothing much going on here now. Once the veronica goes over, there's nothing. And those gladiolas do not look very healthy, so I'm not expecting much from them. And now round here is my new path area. And if you've seen the last ones, this is just, up until just recently, it was just a dirt path. And I went away and got little bits of wood to edge it because I want to keep it quite natural. But anyway, in this front area, I've got lady's mantle, alchemilla, mollis there, some nigella, and the bright red one at the back, well pinky red, is Sweet William. Looking beautiful. And I've got some more straw flowers starting to come up, and poppies are I think they're more or less done now, but they've got beautiful big seed pods on them. And my cosmos is finally nearly flowering, and more sweet william, and some lilies are colouring up, and more over there too. And then over here I have the green. In fact, just a wee moment until I show you. Look how nice it is with the hydrangea just sort of spilling over the wall, and then the ivy and cotoneaster. And then down here I've got the green dogwood, I think it's flavoramia, can never say that word. And then some apple blossom begonias just along here. They've started to do really well. Everything is so slow this year with the weather because we've just, most of the time it's felt like autumn. And some big cineraria here. I love that plant. And echinops. One of them has, do you say echinops bloom? I don't know, but it has. And it's hopefully going to start changing colour soon. And this clematis has been really lovely this year. Such a pretty colour, but everything keeps munching it. I've never had so much in the way of pests in the garden. And primula obviously is done for this season. Got more echinops down here. Hopefully that's going to flower, but I don't know. The Salix flamingo, so it's like a little willow there, the pink one. That's really pretty, and it's getting a bit bigger. The daisies, I'd say, are just about done. There's a feverfew tucked in here at the back. Some of the lilies are already done. I've got this really pretty one though. I'll let you see. How gorgeous is that? It's beautiful. And then some little lavenders just along here with lobelia tucked in between, and more calendula. I believe this is a snow princess variety, and I've even got some geums finally coming up. It's probably not the best spot for these, but never mind. A little cineraria and at the tucked in here as well. More lavatera, all looking like they're going to burst into bloom very soon. And then I've got a jasmine and another weed, I might say, right here. And my pink Annabelle is looking so, is it Invincible Spirit or something? The colours are starting to look really beautiful on that. My Astilbe has been amazing this year. It's definitely sort of going over now, but I've loved it. And the, oh, it keeps going blurry. Alliums, the Christophii. And look at that lovely lavender. I think this is probably my favourite spot. I love how it's spilling over the pathway. And then the Christophii ones over here are definitely done, but I think they're still looking amazing. And this hydrangea cutting, I can't believe I grew this from a cutting, and that was from the big one at the back, and it's amazing the difference in colours. And then this is the rose from my dad, who is no longer here and hasn't been for about 13 years now, but this rose is still flowering away. It's beautiful. And then my eucalyptus is getting fairly big as well. I'm just letting it go because, again, I'm going to probably use it for Christmas decor. Not sure what yet. And then I'm going to move over to this side, and I've got some Honesty again that hasn't bloomed, so hopefully next year. more lilies to come. They came back from last year. And a little nigella, loving a mist. Tiny vine, 9 bark. It's a Physocarpus. It's putting on some growth. Vanessa Bell is not quite looking as good as she was, but she's bloomed quite a lot, but I think that might be her for the season. I've left one of the sets of 5 leaves, so we'll see what happens there. The peony is obviously done. Sweet Rocket is looking fab. I think because it's been colder, it's lasted longer. Maybe it would normally have went over. This is my first year growing it, so I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I forgot to show you. Got some nice Achillea here, which was supposed to be cerise pink. And some there too. And this is us just back to seeing it from this angle. So it's the lilies, more cosmos, and Amime just coming up. And there's little cornflowers tucked in at the back. They're just not doing, none of my cornflowers are doing very good this year, no matter where they are, so I don't think it's their year for me. And then just Achillea. I noticed that smells really menthol or something. It's really nice. I quite like it. It's quite strong. And then a little fountain in the bird bath. And I'll take you back round to the other side. Now, this area coming up is definitely very, very congested. I feel like since I got into gardening, every time I see a plant, I want to grow it or I want to get it, and excuse me, I've just ended up with far too much. So disclaimer before you see it. So over here is my nasturtiums with the calamagrostis grass and some lobelia tucked in. Again, this nasturtium was supposed to be pink. I didn't even know you got pink ones, so I don't know. And this big pot has got straw flowers and nicotiana right here, and then some marigolds tucked in as well. And this is the agapanthus I was talking about that I think I'm going to put on the back border along the house. I think that would be really nice. More lilies. This is the stargazer ones. They're finally starting to fatten up because I was starting to worry that they weren't going to do anything. I've got potatoes at the back in grow bags. There's an echinacea somewhere in amongst all of this lobelia. It had actually started to get a flower stalk, and then I came out and a slug or a snail had eaten it. So thanks for that, slug or snail. The hydrangea, this is a limelight. I think it's got some sort of damage, so I'm not sure if that's going to do anything at all. I'd sprayed it a few weeks ago with rose clear, but it doesn't seem to have done very much. Got some nice petunias down here. Especially love the white ones and the purple. I'm not keen on these pink ones. I really don't like them at all. I like the bright pink one, but I'm not keen on these ones. And the hosta, poor hosta, look. And strawberries, I'm getting a few, but they seem to be like staying small now and not really getting any colour. Lupins are starting to do great. Again, grown from seed. We'll see what they do. But wait a minute, I need to show you this Blue Moon Rose. I've only had one bloom. I don't know if I'm going to get more, but look at the size of this. Look at the size of it. It's massive compared to my, I mean, they've went over now, but compared to my Queen of Sweden, it's massive. There's no smell off this one though, like fragrance or anything, and the Queen of Sweden had a lovely fragrance. So, and in here I have my supertunias. This is a disaster basket, supertunias and snapdragons. which was an accident from last year, and they came back, so I just left them in. And I've got some sweet corn in the wheelbarrow with pumpkins that are really wee, so I think they've probably not got enough compost actually, probably fighting for food. And cornflowers, again, as I said, doing really rubbish. Sweet peas are in there too, and they're terrible. And in this pot here, again, I've got marigolds, sunflowers, and amaranthus. Amaranthus has been really slow. Everything has been slow this year, apart from the weeds and the slugs and the snails. I think they've been taking something to make them go faster. So in this border, I've got the Lavatera again, the annual one. You can see it's budding up nicely. And then some sunflowers. I really like these sunburst ones because once one's done, they're growing other ones. And I've got up here, well, here, I've got a cobia scand and the cup and saucer vine. So I've got it going up this pole, and I'm hoping that it's going to trail over to the pergola. Nice straw flowers. I'm really liking this colour actually. It was just a mixture that I got, so I'm liking them. And the forsythia or forsythia is getting bigger. Hosta's done quite well in the pot, although it has still getting eaten, but these lilies are definitely going over now. But there's alliums. I did not, these must have been an accidental purchase because I think they've been mixed in with maybe my Schubertii or Christophii bulbs, because I don't think I chose these. So there's one there and another one still to come. And then I've got the two little drumsticks, not bad out of 15. I love this wee area here with the cornflowers and the little Lovina Mist, Nigella, and these ones, fireworks, are the Allium Schubertii. They've just been amazing. I wished I'd got more of them, but only 2 came up. And then got more of the Madame Butterfly snapdragons. And then just at the back here, there's feverfew, and it looks like it's starting to bud up. And got some African marigolds here. And right at the back, obviously, as I said, we've got the sunflowers. There's more of the cup and saucer, and there are Hydrangeas. And then the heuchera are all doing fairly well. I really like this area, although it's a bit of a guddle at the moment. And wee fairy, my brunnera. I love this brunnera, but the bare root one that I got, which is a Jack of Diamonds, I really like the colouring of that one and the markings. How beautiful is that? I can't wait till that gets bigger. And there's an Astilbe bare root in at the back. That was just planted a couple of months ago, so hopefully next year, I hope it's not too shaded. I think once everything loses their leaves, it will get more sunlight and hopefully be able to get some power for next year. And there's a Rudbeckia in here too. More Cineraria, Hebe, some Coreopsis, my wee wishing well tucked in there, and some ivy. Do you know, someone was telling me like how they'd really like a living wall and everything, and I was like, oh yeah, that'd be really nice. And it wasn't until I came home and I thought, I've got a living wall. I think that's what it means. And there's another brunnera bare root, if you can see it. And then there's hellebores that are all done. And there's another Astilbe, if try and focus, yeah. And I think there's a little flower stalk coming up, unless it's just more leaves, but I think it might be a flower stalk. Really sorry, I feel like everything's going quite blurry today and I don't know why. But I think that is about it for today. I'm not quite ready. Oh no! Look! A little larkspur. A little pathetic larkspur, but it's still there all the same. Another heuchera and some more lilies. They're supposed to be red, so we'll see. Anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed seeing this garden today. It's a lot more rustic than even usual. I've just not had much of a chance to do very much. I've been working hard for a change, so, which I'm glad about. Oh, sorry, I keep going to sign off and then I see something else. A crocosmia, this one has finally started to flower. It's hard to see it against the fence. But I divided that this year and I've been feeding it. So it's maybe both that's made the difference, or one or the other. But it's finally starting to flower. So happy days. Anyway, thanks again and I'll see you next time. Bye.